Oh boy, what an episode we have today. Now, I know I said that I would stop doing news on these diary logs, but I couldn't do the separate news videos this week. Um, I didn't have the time. So thankfully, we're just gonna do it here very quickly, and then they will go to the format that I want it to. Okay, so Sword Art Online Volume 7's audiobook has been set for a November 8th release date. I'm fine with that. It should have come out in October because normally the audiobooks are like 2 months apart. Like the last one came out in... When did the last one come out? April, right? So May, June, July. Oh, it's been 4 months. Oh, geez. I haven't even noticed. So then this next one is a 3 month apart, but it's also fine because of the time it takes place, November 8th, which is 2 days after Sword Art Online begins. So I'm fine with that. But yeah, the audiobook is set for November 8th, and that will be the Mother's Rosario arc. So Jeremy Lee is probably going to have to do the whole audiobook on her own. John Laurinaitis has apparently been fired, which I think is something we all knew was coming. We know why, the Vince allegations. He's one of the fall guys for it. So, yeah, I think we kind of knew that was coming. Apparently AEW may be doing 2-night pay-per-views now. Dustin Rhodes kind of let this slip during an interview. And Tony Khan was very defensive about it because Tony Khan doesn't know how to speak on podcasts and stuff like that. But I'm fine with if they do 2-night shows, Saturday, Sunday. That's fine. I'm fine with it. I don't have a problem with the length of how long the current pay-per-views are because I just have a great time the whole night. So if they want to make it multiple nights, that's fine with me. Hogwarts Legacy, the video game, Harry Potter video game, has been delayed. There was the date that it could come out sometime early December. That now does not seem the case. They've delayed it now to early February, which it sucks, but if it means they're working on some kinks to make the game better, I'm fine with that. And then the only Doctor Who news I got here, The War Doctor Begins, Volume 4 has details announced. It is going to be a one adventure in 3 parts. So think Dark Eyes, think Ravagers. It's going to be like that. This isn't 3 separate stories. This is one story that is 3 parts. And it is by Robert Valentine. The box set is called He Who Fights Monsters. And the 3 parts are called Part 1 is The Mission, Part 2, The Abyss, and Part 3, The Horror. Yeah, so there we go. And this sees the end of the War Doctor Begins stuff so far. They have not announced the 5th box set. At least I don't think so. They have not announced a 5th box set. So this, at the moment, is the end of the War Doctor Begins. Probably not. I think they will announce a 5th box set, but we don't know yet. Okay, and now, with those out of the way, I can talk about the actual thing for this episode, which is AEW Quake by the Lake. So, we started off Quake by the Lake with Darby Allin versus Brody King in a coffin match. I find that I really enjoy the AEW coffin matches. I do think they are using a bit too much. We've had 3 in like the past year, so maybe calm down on the coffin matches. Don't want to get them too overused before, like people get tired of him being like, oh yeah, Darby Allin in a coffin match. Ooh, yeah. But I mean, all three of them have been great. The one with Ethan Page at Fyter Fest last year was really good. The one against Andrade was good, and this one was also really good. Brody King got busted open almost immediately. So there was that. He was gooshing out blood. Of course, we had House of Black get involved in this, but thankfully Sting was there. He was hiding in the casket. When Buddy Matthews returned during this. So that was great to see him back. He opened the casket, and Sting was there, and Sting beat him up. And then Sting and Malachi had another stare down. And Darby, he put Brody King in the casket in a great way. He choked Brody King with the chain, the same way Brody King choked him to eliminate him from the Battle Royal, or the Royal Rampage, I should say. The same way Brody King eliminated him, that's how Darby choked him out, and then he fell into the coffin, and Darby won. So it was a really good match, really great start to the show. And we continued with that momentum with La Facción Ingobernable facing the Lucha Bros in a Tornado Tag Team match. This was also really, really good. I love Tornado Tag matches more than normal tag matches. Mainly because you don't got to worry about who's illegal. You don't got to worry about any of that. They can just do tag. You don't have to worry about the fact that why is the ref letting these guys just hang out in the ring? It's like, no, it's part of it. They're allowed to do this. They can just do tag moves the whole match. And also because these matches are a lot quicker to simulate in like something like 2K. Because, oh my god, normal tag matches in 2K, good luck. You're there for like 15 minutes. But this match was great. I loved this match. There was a spot where Penta got his mask tied up in the ropes, and in order to save Phoenix, he had to just rush without his mask to save the pin, but it was all for nothing because La Facción Ingobernable won in the end with Andrade hitting the hammerlock DDT. Again, really good match, and I do hope we just end the story there. We don't need to keep this story going unless you want to stretch it to All Out. But even then, at All Out, if that's what you're doing, end it there. Because AEW has a big problem with storylines not ending when they should. We had Luchasaurus. He squashed Anthony Henry. So there's that. And then after the match, Christian showed up on the Titantron talking trash to Jungle Boy, who was on commentary. Jungle Boy rushed back, but he was held back by security, and Christian escaped. We had a promo from Miro, who was talking about the House of Black. He had a great line in this where he said, "I went to hell, but then I realized all the devils were here." That was freaking great. Julia Hart showed up and asked him to give in to the House of Black like she did, and she went to touch his face, and he stopped her, and he went, "There's only one woman who can touch me." So, just waiting for CJ Perry, really. And he's declaring war on the House of Black. So Miro versus Malachi Black at like All Out, I'm not against. I wonder what's gonna happen with the Sting stuff with Malachi, because they really are teasing Malachi and Sting, and I think that would be the bigger match for something like All Out. There's also the possibility we could get a 6-man with Miro being forced to team with Sting and Darby against the House of Black, kind of like a enemy of my enemy thing, because let's not forget, Miro is the guy who beat Darby Allin for the TNT title. So there's a history there. Then we had Ricky Starks. He defeated Aaron Solo, just squashed him. And then after the match, Powerhouse got oh, it wasn't Powerhouse, actually. What am I talking about? After the match, the Factory went after him. And since it was numbers game, Ricky Stark just went, "See ya," and jumped out, and he left. And he escaped through the crowd. And then Powerhouse was really mad at the TV and threw it down. Jade Cargill defended her TBS championship against Madison Rayne. I hope that's it for Madison Rayne, because for some reason they want people to think Madison Rayne was a big deal, and I'm here wondering, when was she ever a big deal? But Jade Cargill obviously retained the TBS title. There's that. And then she was attacked afterwards by Athena, which is probably going to be the match at All Out, and I'm all for that now that Chris Statlander's out with injury. Yeah. Hopefully Athena, Jade Cargill at All Out, and this is where Athena wins the belt. We had another promo with Thunderstorm, which I hate. And it's pretty much them saying, well, with Chris Statlander injured, Tony Storm, you're number one contender. And then they're doing this thing where they're like, oh man, I don't want to fight, but well, I guess we gotta do it. It's like, what are you talking about? This whole stupid tag team was put together because Tony Khan thought the name Thunderstorm was cool. It made no sense storyline wise. So I'm glad. Get rid of this stupid shit. And then the main event with John Moxley defending the interim AEW championship against the Lionheart, Chris Jericho, who came out in Lionheart gear. He had Lionheart Tron and all that stuff. It was really good. This match was really good. It was back 50-50 with the crowd. But in the end, Moxley got his earring pulled out of his ear. That sucks. Jericho got busted open hard way, and he was just gushing blood from like his forehead. But in the end, John Moxley put the Bulldog choke in. No, it wasn't the Bulldog choke. I think it was just a straight up sleeper. And Jericho tapped, and he won. I am getting very tired with John Moxley winning with submissions. If we could have John Moxley win with the paradigm shift again, that'd be nice. I'm very much tired of him winning with submissions. JAS came out to beat him up. Then the Blackpool Combat Club came out to even the odds. And then you hear the static. CM Punk has returned. He's healed up, back from injury. He and Mox have a stare down after they clear house. So there it is. Punk is back. He's ready. We're going to have the unification match at All Out, Moxley versus Punk. And I am looking forward to that. And that was Quake by the Lake. I'm not counting Rampage. There's no way you can make me count Rampage. So that's it for Quake by the Lake. That's it for this episode. See how quick they are? Nice little bite-sized doses. This is what I want. Just nice little bite-sized doses. And this one's coming out on like a Wednesday, where I hope Kenny Omega returns. If Kenny Omega returns, I'm gonna blow the roof out this house. Not just blow the roof out this house. This entire house is going into orbit.